And welcome back, guys. Luke Wars V here, and today we are back on MLB The Show franchise mode with the Boston Red Sox. And as you can see, we are about to sign Tristan Casas to a 7-year extension. Now he's got 1 more year of his rookie contract left, and then 3 years arbitration. But we're gonna lock him up for 7 more years. So it's like just 3 more years. We'll have him until 2031. I think he'll be 31 years old come that point. 7 years, $63 million is nothing. Yes, we're paying a little bit more, but I mean, we're saving, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 3 years of free agency right here. That he would most likely be $20 to $30 million a year. So, just like that, I mean, we're pretty much paying it all throughout. We're going to front load it too, so by the time the contract's over, or getting close to the end there, when a lot of our younger guys will be, ending their contracts, we can offer higher amount of money. So trying to plan ahead here, and I think this is going to be good. And he decided to accept. So we just extended Tristan Casas 7 years. Honestly, no brainer, easy money. That was like really the main one I wanted to extend. I think everyone else we're just going to end up, signing for another year, extending the arbitration, whatever it is. Yeah, I just want to start off with a bang. And there we go. So, let's keep playing. We got Brian Bayo starting off against the Baltimore Orioles, who are below 500 and 12 games back. Looking at our standings here, if you remember, we are still second place by a long shot over the Angels here in the wild card. So, I'm feeling pretty good about our chances. We got to jump into a moment here real quick first. Looks like Baltimore is in their city jerseys today. It looks like Baltimore's in their city jerseys. It's the bottom of the 10th. The bases are loaded. There's 2 outs. I have not played with Wintkowski yet this year. Wow, he's got a nice little heater there. Got a sinker. See if we can do the double play range here. I think I did okay. It's my first fielding experience there too. Perfect. Nice. Well, I guess it didn't matter. Baltimore walked it off anyways, but it was fun while we had it. So we have Pivetta back in the rotation, but we also have Tanner Houck here, who's overall, been a little iffy for us. Ups and downs overall. I mean, he's got a 1.6 WAR, a FIP of 404. Nothing too crazy, but his WHIP's 119. I think he has done serviceable amount for us. I think I want to put Pivetta, since he's just coming off of, the IL again. I'm going to put Pivetta in long relief. Hopefully he's able to, kind of hold down the bullpen a little bit more. But Tanner Houck, I think he's overall been promising. He's got, B potential at 27 years old. And, he's had a up and down career so far. But he's definitely someone I want to keep pushing through in this rotation. So we're going to have him in there. Glad to have him back. As you can see, we lost again to Baltimore by 1 run. Once again, I would like to not get sweeped. Another moment. Devers is up. And we took it. Nice. So we're able to get a 1-run win. Duran got 2 RBIs. Grissom 2 RBI, or 1 RBIs. Yoshida 2 RBIs. Devers, Casas, Kelenic with an RBI. Great stuff. In terms of home run, Grissom, Yoshida hit 2, and Kelenic had 1. So, great stuff. Let's have the series against Houston here, and we take the L. But we don't get sweeped. We're able to push through here. Got a game against the reigning National League champs. Ooh. Wow. Fractured forearm. That's a bad one. Well, there goes any chances of winning the division there, I think. But let's see what we can do about this. For now, we're going to bring up Valdez, who's been hitting .245 in AAA, 14 home runs, 43 RBIs. Honestly, not doing too bad. We started him off in the Major League level, and I think he's going to close off with the season here. He's going to take over at DH, most likely, in the lineup. 45 at-bats. He was hitting 2 homers for us. He's definitely going to be someone that's okay to have at the bottom of the lineup. But we're going to have Grissom leading off, who's been hitting .271 now. The lineup is fixed. You got Grissom hitting leadoff now against lefties and righties, which I think is more than fine. I actually might put Ref Snyder in against lefties. at DH. I think that might be the better bet. Yeah, for sure the better bet. And he can quite field. So we're gonna do that. But let's keep moving. Kind of a bad hit. 1 to 2 months is going to be looking at September 23rd. So right at the end of the year on 1 month. If he pushes it to 2 months, we're going to get into playoff season. So I don't know if he will make the cut enough or not. But sucks. One of our newest additions, one of our only additions, is already out for most likely the year. But we have September call-up in 8 days. We're going to have some fun with that, I believe. We take 2 out of 3 against the Diamondbacks, which is pretty huge. A 5-4 win here. Trevor Story, 2 RBIs. Yoshida, 2 RBIs. Devers is down to 269. Yoshida's down to 278. I feel like that's been back and forth. Costa's down to 246. We're going to finish the month off here with a 4-game series against the Blue Jays. We lost 2-1. It's okay. Just more 1-run losses. We got a couple one-run wins there and then lost by 4. And we almost get absolutely destroyed. Brian Bale got the loss there too. Still a 2.76 ERA. Garrett Whitlock, I feel like he probably got destroyed. Bo Bichette, Vladimir Guerrero, 4 RBIs apiece. That'll do it to you. Liam Hendricks, blew a save against Toronto there. That's brutal, but we got a 5-2 win to end the series. And that was Bobby Dalbec, 3 RBIs. Wong and Story each getting an RBI. It is September baseball, which means it's time to bring up some of our guys. And I think I know the 2 that we're going to bring up. Of course, first one we're going to do Kyle Teel. I've been long awaiting his debut to Major League Baseball. And here he is. So Kyle Teel is now up. Our number 3 prospect for the Red Sox, already our best starting catcher that we have. Hitting definitely is pretty close, and then defensively, of course, is close as well. Then we have Nick York, which that is not Nick York, at 305 in AAA with an 814 on base percentage, 10 homers, 52 RBIs. He is now being brought up to the major league level for September. I think these are going to be 2 really good call-ups. I think the only other guy I was looking at was Blaze Jordan. 290 average, 9 home runs, 46 RBIs. He's been developing really well for us. I mean, he's 10-plus on contact against lefties. He has been doing really well as well, and I can't wait to see what he's able to accomplish. But with Nick York, able to play second and short. And then, of course, we're going to have a new catcher who might actually just be hitting in our lineup every single day, and I kind of like that. So Kyle Teel, I think we're gonna be pretty set. So let's hop into a game. We are going up against the New York Mets against looks like Kodai Senga, if I had to guess correctly, and it is. But we are playing as Kyle Teel, Red Sox number 3 prospect in baseball. Up to this point, since the call-up, he's been hitting 125. Kodai. He has a forkball. So we are going to try our best with Kyle Teel. Whoa! That's what a forkball looks like. Okay. Good to know. Wow! I've never seen one of them before. Let's go! RBI for Kyle Teel! I thought there was no chance. There it is! Is that his first RBI of the season? Yes, baby. The future of the Red Sox. Kyle Teel back up. 2 for 9 on the year. Drove in a run. Yeah, that was his first RBI of his career. Smacks it right down the line. Well, not right down the line. Got a little excited there. Right in between short and third. There we go. First pitch. Smacks it, man. 2 for 2 to start. Kyle Teel is up again. He has 2 singles. No one's on base this go around. So no pressure, but he's now hitting 300. I've never done this before. Okay. It's defense time. Oh. This is why. What a gold glover. What a gold glover. He's a stud. Still up 3-1. Top of the ninth to start the inning. Got Hauser on the mound. A little late. Really missed that one. My thumb got jammed there. Ooh. Come on. You can't. I feel like you can't get much better. But oh well. I feel like that's going to be what it is to end the game. But we get the win. Kyle TEEL gets an RBI. And I would consider that a pretty good game. We've not quite clinched, but the Yankees also haven't clinched the division. So this is still ours if we want it to be. We have a 4-game series against the Yankees, so let's get to that. Let's have some fun. Let's see what we can get to. 3 in a row, and Pivetta is back. So after that, sweeping Chicago is pretty nice. I mean, they're 57-88, so I would hope so. Brian Bayo gets another win. Another 9-0 victory for us. I feel like we've had a couple of those. As Bayo pitches 8 innings, 9 strikeouts, lowers his ERA to 2.66. Trevor Story with 4 RBIs. Kyle TEEL looks like he got a home run. Was it his first home run? It looks like he got his first home run that game. He's up to 261. That's pretty nice. Then we got a 7-1 victory. Garrett Whitlock looks like he did pretty well as well. Grissom and Story with a home run. Whitlock pitched 7 innings. That's pretty amazing. So Devers went 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs. He's back up to 270, but Yoshida's down to 269. Then we had a 5-1 victory. This is just a dominant series against the White Sox, which I love to see. So like Valadez went 4 for 4 with 4 RBIs. That was his game. Had a home run. Pretty good. Yoshida had an error, which is why I don't want him out in the outfield. But we are down to 3.5 games out of first place. And it looks like, I mean, I would be surprised. We'd have to do a lot of things wrong to miss the playoffs. Knock on wood, knock on wood, knock on wood, knock on wood. So let's get through this. We got Cutter Crawford, Tanner Hook, and Brian Bayo up again. 3-game series against the Orioles. I was like, why is it blue? But we went to City Jersey edition. Lost 2 out of 3. Bayo had 5 innings, 4 earned runs. Not too good, but you know, he can't be perfect every single time. Duran went 2 for 5, with 3 RBIs. Rafaela had 2 RBIs. Oh, he's up to 272. This is the series that really matters. And, you know, we have kind of our 2, 3, 4, and 5 guy throwing it in. So, let's hope for the best. As of now, we're 4 games out. If by any chance we sweep, we take the division. Before we get down to the most important series of the year so far, I want to take a look at some stats and some awards, and it looks like we have Rafaela in the top 3 for Rookie of the Year, which I think is pretty good. He is going up against guys like Colt Keith and Evan Carter. Now, Colt Keith, I think he probably has a chance to get higher votes than. I mean, Rafaela, I want to say, is in the top 10 doubles in the American League. So that's pretty nice. But, I mean, Evan Carter has more. He has more triples. Jeez, he has 13 triples. So I don't think he's going to get Evan Carter. Yeah, an 869. Trevor Story looks like he's leading the way for Gold Glove at shortstop so far. Again, I mentioned this in the last episode, but he's making this $23 million look like a piece of cake to give up. So, love that he's, you know, producing good out there. Silver Slugger DH. Yoshida's looking like he could potentially take it. I mean, Stanton's got 29 homers and 98 RBIs, so, you know, God forbid, right? But Devers is top 3 in Silver Slugger. Looking pretty good to me. I think overall we're outperforming in every way possible. You know, what really interests me is if we look at these team rankings, once again, like, I don't think we're very high on many of these. So, like, batting average, we're 26th in batting average. We're 18th, tied for 18th. I mean, that's pretty impressive being 18th for the 26th in batting average. Home runs, we're going to be pretty low in. Well, actually, no, top 8. Yeah, Devers is up to 32. Yoshida's going to hit 30, and probably Costas will too. So that's 3 30 home run guys. RBIs, that's an interesting one. Tied 18th again, yeah. How are we doing on strikeouts? That's actually really interesting. Okay. bottom 5. It's just like we have the top 5 most strikeouts, it looks like. So that's pretty cool. We walking a lot at least? Nope. Nope, not walking a lot. I mean, the Braves are leading in everything. ERA, that will do it. 3.59 ERA. Good pitching wins you ball games. And that's so scary, though, because I just don't see the pitching being as good as it is. So only one complete game. Saves, tied for first. Runs allowed. What are we looking like? Runs allowed. Yeah, 8th. That's going to do it. You know, that's always going to do it. We don't walk. I mean, we're 30 walks above, and that's going to do it. Strikeouts, I don't think we have a lot. Yeah, but we don't walk them. So that's pretty interesting, you know, to take a look at. And our league leaders, I want to say we only have a couple people in the tops of things. Yoshida leads in at-bats, which is, you know, pretty much the reason why I wanted to hit second, because I, you know, thought he was going to do pretty okay for us there, which he is. Yoshida tied for 5th in runs. Tristan Casas, top 10 in walks, which is pretty cool. Tanner Hook, 2nd in home runs allowed. That's pretty nice. Then Whitlock, he's best in the league with walks allowed, which is not surprising after seeing how good we're doing there. Game 1 against the New York Yankees. See what happens. We get hammered. Absolutely hammered. And it's just proving my point more. Nick Pivetta has been doing okay for us this year. Wow. 1-0 victory. That's impressive. Pivetta came in and then the bullpen shut them down. So that's beautiful. Cutter Crawford has been doing, you know, pretty good for us since coming out of the pen. 6-2 victory. Kyle Teals up to 250. See, Grissom with 3 RBIs. Trevor Story with 2 RBIs. And then Devers with RBI. One more game here. I would love to take it. P2 games out here. And we lose by 1. Liam Hendricks blows a save. Games like that is the ones where it's like, you really wish you had it. Dalbec, Yoshida, and Rafael with a home run apiece. Tanner Hook pitched a pretty okay game. Chris Martin, gave up 2 runs. So we have 4 games out once again. Still haven't clinched. But we are looking like we could potentially do that. The freaking Astros and Rangers are fighting for the West. But I want to say we have a pretty okay chance. It's a Brian Bayo game up against Shane McCallahan. We are going to jump in. He's been doing really fantastic this year too. We're going to jump in on Nick York at second base. Play with another top 5 prospect for us. I forgot. I know I said it earlier in this episode. 5 or 6. Shane McCallahan has had a great year so far. Very, very good year. But we are already down 3-0, top of the 3rd. Brian Bayo's not having his best go ahead. I didn't like it. Wasn't mine. Wasn't my pitch. I'm looking for a curveball. Looking for a curveball here. There it was. Oh, I was waiting for it, and I knew it. Got our first fielding opportunity. Looks like we had 2 runs. No one on base here. Let's do this. Perfect aim. Oh, yep, we did just commit an error. We did just commit an error. But I'm going to make up for it this time. Focus. How was that so low? That was spot on. Was it because it took me longer? That was scary. I think I caused that to not be a double play. But that's okay. I'm going to make it up here. Last time we saw 2 pitches in. I'm going to expect more pitches inside. And it was right down the middle with the fastball. That was not what I was expecting. You know, I have no excuse for what you just witnessed there, okay? McCallahan had me fooled, bro. We have another fielding opportunity here. And I'm going to make up for this first base throw here. Perfect. Right on the money. Gold glove for York, too. I'm telling you, we got gold glovers on our hands. Base empty, 1 away. We saw 2 fastballs and a curveball. Ooh. Very early on a 97 mile an hour fastball. That's crazy. That was early. So I need to wait a second. I didn't want that, man. I didn't want that. We've simmed through, after that disappointing performance from York, not me for sure, for York. And it looks like we lost the series against Tampa, but we took 2 out of 3 out of Minnesota, and we are currently split against Toronto. But with that, we have clinched the playoffs as a wild card team. So it's going to be interesting to see how this works out. Let's finish this season up, take a look at some stats, and prep for the World Series, right? That's what we're going to be doing? No, probably not. Looks like our Sea Dogs were eliminated. But the Boston Red Sox, 89 and 73, have made the postseason. Regular season's come to an end. We did take 2 out of 3 of Tampa. We lost the final series against Toronto. But we look like we are going to be going up against the Texas Rangers in the playoffs. We are the 5 seed. But hey, winner takes on Minnesota. I'd rather take on Minnesota than Houston. But let's take a look at what our lineup finished with. Von Grissom, 260, 10 homers and 52 RBIs. Yoshida, 33 homers, 89 RBIs, 265. OPS of 771. Not great, but not bad. Do we see his awards yet? He did get a Silver Slugger this year. Masataka Yoshida, our Silver Slugger DH. He has been going down a little in some aspects, but his power's been going up. 33 home runs is an insane improvement. And he had 20 more hits and 120 more at bat. So, not too bad there. His OPS went down, but some power to the ball. Didn't strike out much. I like to see that. Devers, 36 homers, 100 RBIs, 274. Pretty much matching his previous season, except a lack of doubles. So that's kind of disappointing. But an 875 OPS, not the best in his career. I'd really, having a season like 2019 or 2021, that's what you really want to see. But, it wasn't bad at all. I expect an even better season next year. I would love for Devers to be a MVP one year, and I think he has the potential to do it. Especially looking at the improvements that he's up to a 90 overall, and he has some great power, great vision, great discipline. So we need to just keep improving these things as best we can. Tristan Casas, pretty much matching his previous year. Again, lack of doubles, and his OPS went down significantly. But he's 24. We just signed him to a pretty long-term deal here. You can see the breakdown of the contract that we just signed him to. That's pretty doable, and I love it. So we're going to have fun with him. Trevor Story, 21 homers, 74 RBIs, and I want to say he got a Gold Glove, his first Gold Glove of his career, and that's perfect. 21 homers, 74 RBIs. It's not his 37-108 season, but it's still solid. It's still solid. I would love him to be hitting more in the 280s, but that's when he was with Colorado. So 757. Best of his career as a Red Sox, and I'm totally okay with this. This is, a shortstop that I think could start on a World Series team. Wouldn't be ideal, but I think he could, as long as he doesn't keep falling down. Rafaela finished with 11 home runs, 54 RBIs, 110 strikeouts, something we need to work on. 705 OPS is definitely not great, but 35 doubles, not too bad at all. But, yeah. Jared Kelenick's not quite back, which is a bit disappointing. We're going to have to take a look and see that. But Jalen Duran, 250, 12 home runs, 56 RBIs, 306 on base percentage, 694 OPS. Very lackluster season, and we might want to find his replacement for next year, I should say. So I think, honestly, not too bad. Our batting average definitely needs to go higher. You can see where we're just not putting through. I'd like Devers being 310. I'd like Casas to be 265, 270. I'd like Yoshida to be in the 280s. Grissom could definitely be in the 280s. So could Rafaela. Trevor Story, I expect 260s. Some of these guys. But we'll have a better overall offense this year. Bayo finished 11-6 with a 3.13 and a 1.08 OPS, 111 strikeouts in 143 innings. 15 quality starts. Out of 23, you can get better, but I am totally okay with Brian Bayo there. Whitlock, 365, 124. 27 years old, only 32 walks. I think it's solid. I think it's much more solid. 146 strikeouts, 177 innings, not bad at all. Definitely serviceable. Definitely someone I'd like to see in the rotation for when we go. When we really have a World Series team, I think he could be the guy. Nick Pivetta, had his off and ons this year, but I think he overall finished, pretty solid. Cutter Crawford ended up, another piece we really want to thank throughout the season. 3.70 ERA, had a whip of 114. Giolito had his moments, but he finished with a 3.95 ERA, 134 whip, 168 strikeouts, and 186 innings. Would love some guys that strike out a little bit more, but and Tanner Houck, another guy we really want to keep an eye on, might develop pretty well. Finished with a 3.83, 118 whip. Our rotation was solid all the way through, even though the overalls don't look there. And some of these guys are kind of in their older end, but they're about to enter their prime, so Nick Pivetta might be the only guy that's not going to be solidified in the rotation next year. Cutter Crawford could make his moment as well. Bernardio, fantastic out of the bullpen. Lucas Leggett, even more fantastic, but he's probably not going to come back next year. That's crazy. Winkowski, bringing him up halfway through the season, and he delivered. He is absolute stud. Someone that's going to hopefully be in our bullpen for a long time. Brandon Walter, we pulled him up halfway through. He's probably going to be iffy. Chris Martin, can't wait to get rid of this guy. Holy shit, I saw so many instances where he just failed us. Michael Fulmer didn't get much of any touches. And then Liam Hendricks, really held his own. We have him for another year. He'll probably take that closing role once again. But he's definitely gone down. He's definitely worse. And he's definitely not as good as Jensen, but I wanted to make the move. We got Kelenic. Kelenic was supposed to be a little bit of a help. To end off the episode, we're going to look at the awards for the year. American League MVP goes to Yordan Alvarez, who had 43 homers, 114 RBIs, had a slash of 337, 442, 639, and 1.081. Yeah, I would say at 26 years old, he is kind of a bona fide Hall of Famer in this sim. So that's going to be fun. In the National League, it goes to Mookie Betts. And then two Braves eyeing it as well. Mookie Betts had a 279, 369, 598, 967 on base, 54 homers, and 130 RBIs. Austin Riley ended up with 51, hitting 328, OPS of 1055. That's kind of surprising. Well, I don't know. I guess you could go back and forth on it. I'm more than fine with Mookie Betts. But with that, Mookie Betts becomes, very, very, very rare case of winning an MVP in both leagues. Of course, would love to have him in this sim, but it's most likely anyways I would trade him too. So, lucky Dodgers. American League Cy Young goes to Luis Garcia, Jacob deGrom, and Luis Castillo not quite making it, and that is kind of surprising looking at those numbers. I guess wins goes a longer way. Yeah, 57 walks, 59 walks, 66 walks. I don't know. I think I'm eyeing Luis Castillo in this case. 105 whip. 114. I guess, they're all good, right? It's like, whatever. So, and in the National League, it goes to Spencer Strider. Not surprised by that one bit. But Logan Webb seemed to have a fantastic year. But Spencer Strider just knows how to strike people out, which is kind of what he does. And of course, that's a guy I would like to have on my team. So, wow. Okay. Batting title goes to Yordan Alvarez, Austin Riley. Jensen gets National League Reliever of the Year. Good for him. And then Duran here. I wonder who would have won it. It looks like, I don't know. Colt Keith. Looks like he gets Rookie of the Year, surprisingly. Wow. I thought there was no chance he was going to get it. But he does. Colt Keith beats out Evan Carter and Rafaela of Rookie of the Year. National League goes to Marty Costas. Hey, a D overall 28-year-old who, man, the National League just did not have it. Jackson Trio. I thought he would be a no-brainer, but he did not quite put up the numbers you'd want. He only played 94 games. Wow. Rough crowd, rough crowd. Hank Aaron Award, and then, of course, the Gold Glovers. We won't get through that, but yeah, we have a matchup against the Texas Rangers, who, of course, are one of the most dangerous lineups in the league, not to even start with their rotation. You know, last year's World Series winner, almost Rookie of the Year. They got Tavares as well. Yeah, love him as a player. Corey Seager. Look at that freaking bar filled in, man. Garcia, 40 home runs. 109 RBIs. Nathan Lowe, stud as well. 20 homers, 76 RBIs. Marcus Semien, bottom of the lineup. Freaking Josh Jung, a potential 26 years old. This is a team that's going to be insanely scary for a long time. Of course, Jonah Heim, one of the best catchers in the game as well. Also won a Gold Glove this year, so he's just a defensive stud too. You know, Duran, also an insane player. I mean, they are stacked from top to bottom. I don't know where we come in, but we come in somewhere. You're looking at the rotation as well. We got to really hope our guys lock in, or else we're going to get screwed by Eovaldi, DeGrom, John Gray, who had a pretty decent year this year, Andrew Heaney, who wasn't too bad, and then, of course, you got Tyler Mahle. So, but with that, I have a feeling this is going to be a pretty long episode, so I appreciate you guys watching, sticking through, watching me embarrass myself in these game moments, but either way, I have fun. This is a good year, no matter what. We did great drafting. We had solid, players contribute. We had growth in our prospects, and honestly, overachieved in every way possible, and we're going up against the Texas Rangers. So this is going to be fun. We're going to get into postseason baseball, play some games. I'm going to make sure I get better before this. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Please leave a like if you did enjoy and subscribe for more. Later, guys.